The neon sign buzzed faintly, its flickering glow casting long shadows across the cracked asphalt. Route 66 stretched empty in both directions, the highway's faded glory mirrored by the motel's peeling paint. A single suitcase thumped against the registration desk as the traveler wiped dust from his sunglasses. The clerk's arthritic fingers slid Room 12's key across the counter, its brass surface worn smooth by decades of transient hands. "We don't get many visitors since the interstate opened," she remarked, her gaze drifting to a black and white photograph behind the desk showing a bustling motor court from another era. The room smelled of sun-bleached curtains and memories, its wallpaper peeling at the seams where desert heat had loosened the glue. Beneath the sagging mattress, a leather-bound journal lay concealed, its pages brittle as autumn leaves. The first entry dated back to July 1957, the looping handwriting describing a waitress named Lillian who served cherry pie at the adjacent diner. Subsequent pages revealed how the writer, a traveling salesman named Henry, extended his stay week after week, his business trips becoming excuses to linger near her smile. Photographs tucked between the pages showed them dancing at the now-shuttered Desert Star Ballroom, her polka-dot dress swirling as Route 66 truckers cheered. The journal's tone shifted abruptly when Lillian failed to appear for their planned elopement on September 12. Henry's increasingly frantic entries detailed his search through 3 counties, his handwriting growing jagged as weeks turned to months. The traveler's fingers traced a water-stained page where Henry described finding Lillian's charm bracelet in Room 9, the very room now boarded up since a plumbing accident in '63. At dawn, the traveler jimmied the warped door open with his pocketknife. Inside, layers of dust preserved the outlines of where furniture once stood, but in the closet, fresh scrapes marked recent activity. Behind a loose panel, a metal strongbox contained a sheriff's report dated October 1957 noting Lillian's abandoned suitcase at the Greyhound station and a one-way ticket to Albuquerque. Beneath it lay a later newspaper clipping from 1962 about unidentified remains found near the state line, the article circled in shaky red ink. The motel's current clerk appeared at the doorway, her eyes glistening as she identified herself as Lillian's niece. Over bitter coffee in the deserted lobby, she shared how Henry had spent his inheritance hiring private investigators until his death in Room 12 in 1989. "He never stopped looking," she whispered, placing a chipped coffee cup, the last piece from Lillian's diner set, into the traveler's hands. As headlights swept across the parking lot at checkout time, the traveler hesitated before tucking Henry's journal into his satchel, its weight feeling like both a burden and a compass. The clerk waved from the office window, her silhouette framed by that same photograph of happier times, as Route 66 swallowed another temporary resident carrying someone else's unfinished story into the gathering dusk. What if a single night in a forgotten motel could unravel a mystery decades in the making? This is the story of The Last Guest at the Highway Motel, a tale that blends the echoes of forgotten lives with the haunting beauty of small-town America. Picture this. Route 66, once the backbone of American travel, now a faded ribbon of asphalt dotted with relics of the past. Among these relics stands the Highway Motel, a nearly abandoned structure with peeling paint and flickering neon lights. It's here that our story begins, with a lone traveler seeking shelter from the storm. But what awaits is far more than a simple night's rest. As the traveler checks in, they're greeted by a proprietor whose weary eyes hint at secrets long buried. The room assigned is number 7, a space untouched by time, frozen in the 1950s. Dust covers every surface, but beneath it lies a story waiting to be uncovered. The traveler notices a faint outline on the wall, hinting at a door that shouldn't be there. Curiosity piqued, they investigate, and what they find will change everything. Behind the wall is a hidden room, untouched for decades. Inside, a collection of personal artifacts, letters, photographs, and a diary. Each item tells a piece of a story of love, loss, and a life interrupted. The traveler begins to piece together the tale of the motel's last perma.